Another pre by Apollo Nutrition that brings out the shit talking in you. What's happening, guys? Hope your day is going well. The experience after the ingredient breakdown, of course, we're going to review Apollo Nutrition's Desperado. This is their brand new daily driver, even though the owner hates the word daily driver, but this is their daily driver pre. We're going to go over the ingredients so you know what you put in your body. And we'll go over my personal experience on this bad boy. We got a flavor here, getting this out of the way, blue raspberry lemonade. This is an okay flavor. So this is one of those flavors that you're really not buying this product for the flavor. You're buying it for the experience, because this is an efficaciously dosed ingredient profile for a daily driver type pre-workout. So the flavor's not gross, but it sure as heck isn't fantastic either. It's just, you're gonna get it down and you're just waiting for the sucker to hit so you can knock out the gym session there. So that's about it there. So jumping right into the ingredient profile, put it right in front of me. We have a half scoop, 1 scoop, which is a 40-20 servings. I only did the 1 scoop 3 times. That was about it. I don't do half scoops. 1 scoop supposed to be 22.6 grams. Flat level, pack that scoop. You're gonna be right in there. Apollon's very good about how they put together the products and the manufacturers that they use, so it's a very good company. Right on the top of the label, we have sodium at 1 scoop, 195 milligrams, decent dose. Sodium helps with sodium ions, which is for communication across neurons, across muscle fibers, and minerals help the transport of other mechanisms across membranes without having pathways. So sodium is essential for energy production, power output, and neural function in the brain. So I like that they have that in there. Then we got some L-citrulline at a whopping 8 grams. So this helps with dilation of the blood vessels. It's going to help with the muscle pumps, because the dilation is actually going to increase the nutrients and oxygen delivery to the muscle cell, which oxygen is needed for ATP to be produced and remanufactured for energy production. So it's going to give you more reps, more sets, just like the next ingredient, which is beta-alanine, which is 3.2 grams. This is the efficacious dose, and we have more reps and more sets in this ingredient because this buffers a metabolite called hydrogen. So a lot of people are mistaken that this buffers lactic acid, but it doesn't do that. It buffers the hydrogen molecules that are actually produced by the breakdown of ATP, the production of lactic acid, and other biological functions that happen from the production of energy naturally during training. Then we have arginine nitrate, NO3T, 3 whopping grams. It's gonna be 262 milligrams of nitrates, if I'm not mistaken, per gram of arginine nitrate. So this is gonna give you about 750 to 800 milligrams of nitrates in this single freaking scoop, which is going to really create some nice vasodilation and pumps during the training, the oxygen delivery, just like citrulline. And this is going to give you about 2 grams of arginine as well. So I love this ingredient coupled with L-citrulline, because citrulline inhibits arginase, which is an ingredient that breaks down arginine, which allows it to work better. So all in all, this is a great combination for the pump. So I'll let you guys know the experience. We have betaine anhydrous at 2.5 grams, efficaciously dosed. This is an osmolite and a methyl donor, which means as an osmolite, it helps bring water and hydration into the cells. As a methyl donor, it helps with the processes in the body, enzymatic processes to start reactions and also end reactions in the body, removing, eliminating byproducts out of the system. Then we have tyrosine at 2 grams. This turns into L-dopa. Then in the brain, it's converted into noradrenaline and then adrenaline. And this is going to help with the fight or flight response in the brain, but this is also shown to actually help with neurological function and thought process, to release and relieve fatigue that might be present during training, mental fatigue, to help you kind of push through faster and longer through a training session. And this also elevates T3 and T4 hormones. And this is only if your thyroid isn't functioning properly, either during training, after training, or in general. And then we're moving on to Himalayan pink salt at 500 milligrams. This has minerals in it, calcium, potassium, magnesium, iron, and sodium. So these are going to help with nerve function. They're going to help with less fatigue and power output and energy production in the gym. Then we have theobromine at 300 milligrams. So this is an ingredient that is shown to help with blood flow in the brain to certain regions of the brain to help with cognitive function and focus. This is also a diuretic. This is also a vasodilator. So fantastic dose, fantastic ingredient to be in a pre-workout for that extra energy kick and a different type of focus. Then we have caffeine anhydrous at 275 milligrams. This is an adenosine blocker. I block the adenosine 2 receptors and 1 receptors in the body, which is in the heart, brain, I believe. And this helps keep you awake and energized during your training session. Then we have citicoline at 250 milligrams. This is a choline source that actually has been shown to help with RNA RNA and DNA coding or decoding in our cells, and it helps regulate uridine in the brain, which helps with neuron integrity. And because this choline enters the neurons and then is turned into acetylcholine, it helps with alertness, clarity, memory, and the development of brain cells. Then we have dicaffeine malate, slow-acting caffeine, 100 milligrams. This is either 50 or 75 milligrams of caffeine. I think this is 50. Might be 75, knowing pollen. If it's 75, it's going to be a total of 350 milligrams of caffeine in it. If it's 50, it's going to be 325. So not really sure. I don't think it's listed on the profile here. Another adenosine blocker. This lasts about 4 to 6 hours as you taper off pre-workout. Then we have estrogen at 50 milligrams. This is all the bring it together ingredient in your gut. This also helps with gut inflammation. And believe it or not, in high enough dosages, 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams, it does add to the vasodilation effects to a pre-workout. So Desperado by Apollo Nutrition. How did it do? All right, take a breath. So let's start step by step on this bad boy here. So first I want to say, this is another shit talking pre by Apollon. And let me explain that. I'll try to do it as quick as possible. So this reminded me of my hooligan experience. The attitude of throwing the weights around in the gym. Not giving a shit. Just wanting to talk shit. Just feeling aggressively good and forward driven. So it has a very nice experience to it as far as that go, but it's pretty intense at one scoop, in my opinion. So this is not for everybody. Not everybody likes the shit talking pre. When I was driving here and my wife's going shopping, when I was driving here, told her I was going to do this review, I told her, I go, babe, I'm in a shit talking mood. She's like, oh yeah, you've been talking shit all the way down here. So excuse the language, but that's basically what it was. I just been, and it wasn't like mean. Like I don't feel nasty. I don't feel mean, but I feel aggressive. I feel driven. So it's a very long experience. It is now 11:15. I took this at 8:30. I'm still energized. I'm still flowing. No crash effect. Still feel good. And the cognitive function and the focus and everything is kind of still with me. Now, getting into the step-by-step effects, which is going to be pretty quick. Beta-alanine comes in about 10-15 minutes. And this lasts for about 30 to 40 minutes. As it comes in, it hits, you feel it, and it literally kind of increases to the halfway point of when it's going to finish, and then starts to taper off. A very smooth, nice energy effect, kind of gets you kind of like, yeah, I'm ready to go, and keeps the energy and the activation and the drive kind of going, especially if you like beta-alanine for those purposes. Relieves the fatigue and stuff like that. The caffeine, focus, and pump all seem to start coming in pretty quickly on this thing. I'd say about 30 minutes in, and it hits. It's a central nervous system hitter. It's smooth, and I believe it comes in that quick compared to other pre-workouts because of the mass amount of nitrates in this sucker. Those hit very quickly to actually dilate the blood vessels and get oxygen, nutrients, everything flowing, so it gets all the stuff moving in your system. The cognitive function and focus is not a nootropic bubble, but it is a dialed in, direct, get shit done type focus. I already mentioned about the mood, so I'm not going to go back into that. The pumps are tight and veiny. They're not cell swelling. They're just tight and veiny for a long time. 8:30, almost 11:30 now, and I'm still feeling the tightness in this sucker. So they're going to last for a long period of time. The energy is going to last for a long period of time. It's a high end. You feel the 350, 325 milligrams with the 300 milligrams of theobromine, because they're both basically considered stimulants at the hit, and it lasts for a long time with a nice taper off. Medium to medium high level hit on pretty much everything. This is not for someone looking for like I'm going to get a daily driver and just get a little bit of energy, a little bit of focus, a little bit of pump. This is a high-end daily driver. So if you want this was designed with the intention through Apollo Nutrition to try to deliver something to those that like something that's considered maybe a little more less stimulated, less harsh of a hit, but then it's Apollo Nutrition. It's still going to be a high-end hit compared to other daily drivers out there. So don't expect this thing to be a docile hit. this is a high-end daily driver. So I hope this review helps you guys. I'm gonna get going. This is Desperado by Apollon Nutrition. We'll see you guys next time on the channel.